we checked in with the station from time to time because we thought, oh, our audio sounds great until we heard the playback, and it was like, oh, that's awful. So we started making changes, and I'm not suggesting that at all. All I'm saying is we don't get that much of an opportunity to be able to hear ourselves on the air. So this is what we're doing, and people have a lot of fun with it, and a lot of people, check in and so forth. It's just kind of a neat deal. On the downside, you get to see my ugly face. We do have a webcam on me. But on my display I'm displaying the actual radio display on the channel. So you get to see what your signal strength is. You get to see the oscilloscope, see what your wave pattern is. Are you within the 3 kcs and so forth. And it's just kind of a fun thing that we decided to do there. Go ahead.
All right. Well, that sounds very informative too for people catching it. So I'll definitely check that out. I'm going to stay on and kind of listen in and catch that, and then maybe catch the replay later. So hey, it's great to meet you, Randy, and I appreciate the information and look forward to talking to you again down the road. So I appreciate the contact. And KJ4TFP saying 73s.
Well, I appreciate it very much for coming back to the CQ, Ken. And, the pleasure is all mine. And by the way, congratulations on the General. Good for you. You're going to find as time goes on, and you may have know this now, but it's a terrific hobby. Some of the nicest people in the world that you may never, ever meet them in person, but you become good friends over the air. And that's the whole thing about it. So, but we did start about a minute and a half ago. So you're the first one on the on the playback. So yeah, give a look and a listen, see what you think. We try to do this in the evenings about 7 o'clock Central here during the week. So if you hear us out and about again, stop in, give us a call, and we'll just kind of see where you're at that time. But good signal, by the way. Like I said, good solid 5 and 9. Hopefully the band will stay open tonight as well. So I'll say 7-3s for now. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and what's left of the week. And like I said, don't hesitate to give us a call back again. KJ4, Tango, Foxtrot, Papa, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7-3s, Ken.
All right, 73s, Randy. I appreciate it, and y'all have a good evening.
Okay, take care. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations, come with your call, please.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Echo Lima.
The Whiskey Bravo 8 station again, please.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Echo Lima. My name's Bob. I am located in West Virginia, and you are my very first contact on this radio. I'm running 10 watts this evening, over.
Well, Bob's running QRP in West Virginia, and I'm the one on the other end. You know what, Bob? These are free phone calls. You just don't know who you're going to get there. Go ahead.
Roger that. Well, I am talking to you on a micro DIDX transceiver that I got from a fellow, and he had blown up the receiver and the transmitter. I just got it back together, and I've not even calibrated the frequency yet, but I guess you are able to hear me there, over.
Yeah, I don't run any preamp or anything. Your audio has got a lot of punch to it. Very, very good audio. I don't run preamp, whatever, so the meter is anywhere from 5 and 5 to 5 and 7. But sideband, your audio is usually what gets through there, and your audio, you've got a really terrific sound on the audio, so no problems hearing you at all there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, Randy, I'll let you move on, but the radio's only half of it. My antenna is only an inverted V in my attic, so tell me your location, over.
Yeah, you bet. The QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, right on the I-70 corridor, a little town called the Bates City of Missouri, like Bates Hotel. And again, the name here is Randy. And we're also live on YouTube, so I've got you here on the air, and I'm going to have you recorded on the YouTube channel as well. So if you're interested to listen to that thing and how well it sounds on the air, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is my call sign. Go to YouTube, type in my call sign in the search bar, and look for the video of today's date. Of course, we're live right now. Would say live on it, but you get a chance to hear the rig on the air there, Roger.
Roger. Well, thank you for that, Randy. I will certainly do that. And thanks for picking up the weak ones this evening. And, yeah, thanks for the signal report, too, because it's good to know this thing's getting out. 73's K0RWB, WBA to BEL, 73.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, you just beat me to it. We either at the top of the hour or the bottom of the hour, we take a few minutes for QRP portables and mobiles because that's what people like to operate. So you just kind of beat me to it there. Or maybe I'm a couple minutes behind. I guess it's all how you look at it. But no, it sounds terrific in my receive. But thank you for giving us a call. Nice to work you. I don't see a contact in my log either. So thank you for the first one. We're generally out here at 7 o'clock Central during the week here at 40 meters. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. And we'll just kind of see where we're at that point. Be safe and be well. Thank you for giving us a call again, and look forward to working you. Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Echo Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Bob. 73s.
73s. Randy, before you run and get another contact, can you tell me the frequency on your dial?
Yeah, I'm sitting right here at 7.223.000.
Okay, thanks again. WB8BEL's clear.
Yep, no problem at all. K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations, come with your call.
Whiskey 3, Bravo Alpha Sierra.
0, Whiskey 9 station again.
Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo.
There he is. Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo. Chris is back at it again. What's happening in Crestwood?
Not much, Randy. Just heard you on the air. I was fiddling through the frequencies and saw a signal on the scope, and I thought that was you, and recognized the voice and thought I'd give you a shout. I guess you're streaming on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, finally. We were out of pocket on Monday and yesterday evening. We get ready to do some things, and you know, it's like a lot of folks around the country, life got in the way, and it was either try to get back out about 8:30 Central, or said, you know, it's probably not the best thing. So we just kind of passed it. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to die or have a heart attack because they're not hearing me on the air. But we try to make it a regular type of a schedule. But you know, sometimes came up. But I think we started right on time here at 7 o'clock tonight. And hopefully it'll just continue going. It looks good so far. You're right, though, a little noise on the band. Nothing real terrible. We do have some weather coming in a little bit our way, but hopefully it won't be enough to interfere with the bands tonight there. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I know I'm hearing some static crashes here and there, not so bad, but no, it's good to hear you on the air. Yeah, I've just been fired up the 3D printer and made some wire winders and getting a camping antenna put together. We're going camping here, I think it's next weekend, and one of the parks, so I'm going to take the QRP rig out and try and activate the park.
Oh, that should be a lot of fun. Now, I haven't really followed the parks on the air thing, but I know national parks, they actually had a section that you could go online that would give updates to let people know when a particular park was going to activate. Are they able to do that on Parks on the Air, or do you have to do that yourself?
They've got a whole website and everything. If you just Google POTA, and you'll find basically the website that everybody goes through. I did a lot of POTA hunting last year, and so now I guess I'm going to be hunted this year.
You know what? It's a whole lot better if you're an activator than a chaser. And when you're an activator, you can just sit and pick and choose. And when you're chasing, you know, you're calling and hoping to get you. But boy, when it's either you're the bee or you're the honey. And I'd rather be the honey on most occasions. But no, it sounds like a lot of fun. I hope it goes well for you.
Well, I hope so too. Yeah, just the first time having the rig out with me camping. I usually take a HT with me, and I've got my GMRS license as well. So, the whole family will have radios with them. So sometimes you just don't have cell signal very well at these campsites, and it's better to have something that everybody can communicate with.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And, and it's a lot of fun. It's a challenge. of course, because it's not like we're sitting in the shack, everything is set up. It's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun in the meantime. I think we're going to be doing that at least. I think next Wednesday and Thursday we're going to be portable and live streaming. We're going to be in southern part of Missouri Wednesday through Sunday, and I think we'll have time Wednesday, Thursday, maybe possible Friday. We're not sure yet that we're going to take the show on the road, so to speak. And I'm not sure how close we're going to be able to show the stream as we are currently, but we're going to get something fairly close, and we're going to be strictly battery with portable antenna, and we'll just see if we can make some contacts in the process. So, yeah, I'm looking forward as well. Like I said, portable and, working away from the shack can be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. I'm going to get my feet wet on it here in a couple of weekends. But what rig are you going to take camping with you, Randy? Over?
At this point, I'm going to be taking my 7300, and we'll have a laptop with us. And then, like I said, everything will be, we're going to be staying in I don't know what you call it, like a cabin or something or other. But again, to make it unusual is I'm going to run everything off battery. We're going to be strictly battery. No generators, nothing plugged into an AC outlet or anything and so forth. And then, we'll have a charger to recharge the batteries for the next day. But I want to do this all strictly battery. We have a wireless router, so we can run that through. We've got a 1,000-watt inverter that we can run that through and so forth. We're not running the same type of antennas. We're going to be a little bit lower. It's a portable antenna. But we'll see how it works, but we're going to give it a try, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll keep an ear out for you and try and make a contact with you there. But, hey, I'm going to back out of here and let you make some more contacts, Randy, and we'll say 7-3s for now, and we'll catch you maybe later on the week. So K0RWB, this is W9TSB. I'm clear on your final.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, always a pleasure. I'm really glad you checked in. I'm glad you stopped by and said hi, and you took the time to do that. Always a pleasure to talk with you. I'm looking, I think it's either 4 or 5 contacts now, if I remember right. But I do appreciate you taking the time to do that. I always enjoy talking with you. And you always got a good signal. For some reason, your audio is really, really bright tonight. I'm not that it's not other times, but it just seems a little bit different than before. I don't know if you made any change or not, but boy, I tell you, it's right in front of me. Signal's 5.7, 5.9, kind of bouncing back, but the audio hasn't changed. So maybe I changed the volume dial. I'm not sure which, but it sounds good in the receive. Hey, thanks again. Be safe and be well. It's Wednesday, hump day for some folks, and we'll hopefully we'll get a chance to work each other. I get a chance to work you, POTA, and maybe you have a chance to work me on portable. We'll see how it works. But anyway, take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo, a Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7-3s, Chris, take care. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, come with your call.
Victoria, Alpha 3 Tango Zulu, VA 3 Tango Zulu.
Okay, the Tango Zulu again. Somebody was tuning up here, so let me get your full call again.
Yeah, good evening. It's Victor Alpha 3 Tango Zulu. Victoria Alpha number 3 Tango Zulu.
Okay, Doug, got you that time. Victor Alpha 3 Tango Zulu. Well, thanks for giving us the call. Again, the name here is Randy and the QTH. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and we're also live on YouTube tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Randy. It's great to connect with you. It's Victor Alpha 3 Tango Zulu. I'm located in central Ontario, not far from the town of Collingwood, Ontario, right on Georgian Bay. I'm actually located in a small village called Ottawa. That's Ottawa with a November. And great to connect with you there. To be honest, I don't get on the HF too often. I do have this little 857 that I've had here in my shack for some years, and I just decided to put up a little 40-meter dipole in the backyard. Literally, it's about 10 feet off the ground, and there you go. You're sounding great tonight. 5.9++ into central Ontario tonight, Randy. You're sounding great.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's doing a great job. Again, I don't run preamp, so the signals are signals, 5.7 to 5 and 5.5 to about 5 and 7. However, the audio is quite punchy. I have I had an 857 Delta. Are you running the stock mic with that one, or are you running a different microphone, Doug? Go ahead.
I tell you what, Randy, it's all stock. I haven't done anything to this radio. I played with it on 6 meters a couple times. I've also used it on 2-meter sideband, of course, and I really enjoy 2-meter sideband. I've got an old ICOM 735, and I enjoy that radio quite a bit. So it's a little bit of a pleasure for me to join you on HF here, and I have to tell you, it's not very often I get on HF. So thank you very much for coming back to me. Your signal's so good into Ontario here tonight, I just couldn't resist.
Well, I appreciate that. I wish I could take the credit for it, but I really can't. You know, propagation is doing it all. Or I guess the antenna has something to do with it. At least I like to think so. But and I'm glad you said all stock. A lot of people would discount hand mics some years ago, but I did notice on mine at least the 857 with the stock mic, and of course you got the two settings in the back. That is quite punchy audio. I mean, I don't mean in a bad way. I mean, it is clear, but boy, I can see you getting through a pilot quite well with that. It sounds terrific, and being only 10 foot off the ground, that's amazing as well. I mean, it's not a huge distance. It looks like about 800 miles as the crow flies, but still nice to see the band is open, and I hope it'll continue being a great night. You sound good in my receive.
Well, thank you very much, Randy, for the report. And like I said, I don't get on very often, but I do enjoy this quite a bit. And I have to tell you, I've just kept this radio stock, and I pack it up in a bag, and I've got a little bit of a kit that I take camping with me. Certainly enjoy 10-meter when we're camping. I throw a little 10-meter dipole up in the tree and run off battery power, and it's a lot of fun. Now, I heard you talking about going to the parks. I'm not doing that, but I have heard a couple of Ontario stations doing it here. They're doing a little bit of park fun here as well, and it's kind of difficult right now because our provincial parks are officially closed, but I think these guys are setting up their stations just in the driveways or nearby. So you might want to listen for some Ontario stations playing parks as well. Go ahead.
Oh, no doubt. Well, here's the thing I will say about amateur operators. We're a very creative group, and I'm not saying pushing the limits. I'm not saying that at all. But by and large, pretty creative. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, and that's why it's amazing how many operators I talk with. It's 100 watts on a wire, and do a terrific job, which is really, really good to hear and good to see that. Of course, again, the bands have something to do with it. I'd like to think the bands are getting better. That was one of the questions that we've got listed on the live stream. Are the bands getting better? Well, I kind of think they are. I mean, over the weekend, I was on 20 meters up until 10:30, 11 o'clock Central Time, which was, I can't remember the last time that's happened. So getting back to working the parks, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of operators have gotten really good at it. We did the same thing with our 857. It was a great throw in the box and get on the air a rig running off battery with a small vertical or a wire. Terrific radio, very small, compact, and doesn't weigh a whole lot. So yeah, it's just a terrific hobby because there's really something for everybody, and we can do all kinds of things. It's a really neat design.
Okay, very good. Yeah, well, good luck, and it's good to get on and good to talk to you. Thank you for the QSO here tonight. I really appreciate this, and I will certainly tune into your little YouTube site. I did catch that information as well. So good show on that, Randy. Listen, great talking to you, and I look forward to getting on again, and we'll hear you again. Kilo 0 Romeo Whisker Bravo, Victor Alpha 3 Tango Zulu. Take care.
Yeah, sounds good, Doug. Hey, listen, if you want to listen to the QSO on today's video, fast forward to about 16 minutes in, give or take. That would get you pretty close to where you and I started. Or you can listen to the whole thing, but I'm just thinking that's pretty close to where you and I started. But yeah, you give it a listen. Your radio sounds terrific. I don't hear that many 857s out there, and I've kind of forgotten. So kudos to you. I'll give you a thumbs up and a high five there as well. So give a look and a listen, see what you think. But they sound terrific in my receive tonight. Take care, to be safe and be well. Thank you for the first contact into the Ontario area. And look forward to working again. Victor Alpha 3, Tango Zulu, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. 73s.
7-3, and thank you very much.
Okay, take care. K0 RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ.
Kilowatt Charlie 2, Echo Sierra.
Another one of those weak stations. I think he's running QRP. Let me see. Some guy out in New York somewhere. Is that QRP, Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Sierra?
Yeah, I'm running 10 milliwatts. How you doing?
10 milliwatts. Yeah, probably more like 8 watts is what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, I was cheating. I meant to say 10 watts. How you doing, Randy?
Oh, great. Hey, nice signal. 5.9, a little bit over. So the band's doing good out to the New York area as well there, Roger.
Roger. Well, you're sounding great here, as always sounding great. And glad to hear you tonight again, over.
Yeah, I was. I thought maybe we'd get a treat, and then Tom would check in with us as well.
No, I reached out to him, and he said, not tonight. So he must be busy doing something else. So I did try Randy before I got on, over.
Yeah, well, that or we wore him out today on the three-way QSO and bouncing around different frequencies. Maybe we just wore him out.
Yeah, whatever it was, and then actually we bumped into each other again. I went back on after lunch, and I heard my friend working a station, and I said, "What the heck? What call sign is that?" And it was, he was working somebody that it sounded like Hotel 3. I said, Hotel 3? Where the heck is that? Well, it was Hotel America 3.
Oh wow! Well, that's great then. Again, that's the thing that I've kind of asking. I mean, are the bands getting better? I mean, it kind of seems like maybe they are. Just because of the activity that's out there, or maybe more people are getting on the air. Usually, when weather gets a little bit warmer and so forth, people are more outside. But I mean, it doesn't seem to be lacking for activity on the band. So I have a feeling the bands are starting to get a little better.
Well, you experienced that today, right? With what was it you worked? Brunei? Did you work Brunei or Indonesia? You worked something that I couldn't work. I couldn't break through the Kansas City wall, over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I told you we could have set that up remote. You could have just done it there as well. But yeah, I'd have to go back and look on the log. But yeah, it was a very interesting morning with the activity that was on most of the bands. So. And again, I'm going to try to get other people's, take on it as well. But I just hear in like the last 4 or 5 or 6 days that maybe the bands are starting to get better and a little bit longer, and are staying open longer as well. Because, like I said, 20 meters their night till almost 11 o'clock Central. I just couldn't get over it.
Yeah, no, that was really cool this morning. All right, Randy, I'm going to go. You take care. I'll let you work some other stations. Just want to say hello again. So we'll talk soon. Kilowatt Zero, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Kilo Charlie 2, Echo Sierra.
Yeah, it sounds good. I can tell you're on the 847 as well, but a lot of really nice punchy audio. So hopefully you get a chance to listen to those videos. If not, let me know and I'll resend them and try to send them in a different format. Thank you, Armando. As always, nice to hear you out there. Nice to see that the band is open to New York. We will definitely talk again, no doubt about it. Kilo Charlie 2, Echo Sierra, Sugar, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3s.
7-3, Randy.
Okay, K0 RWB, QRZ.
K9 PVC.
Kilo 9 again.
Papa Victor Charlie, Jason here.
Oh, Jason, we had so much bass I couldn't figure out who it was there. You about blew my doors off there. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you hanging tonight?
Not too bad. Made some good 10-meter contact here earlier. I got Chile, and then I got Puerto Rico on 10 meters. Looks like the bands are coming alive there. What do you think?
Wow, that's terrific. And what kind of antenna are you running for 10 meters?
The cobweb antenna still. It'll do 6 through 10 meters there, Roger.
Wow. Hey, that's terrific. I really hadn't even thought to look there. I've been doing a little bit on 15, and that's got a little activity on it. I haven't even bothered with 12. And I know there's a little bit from time to time on 10, but I guess my timing is off or something. But, Mo, that's great, man. Maybe it's turning into an evening band as well.
Yeah, roger that. You got a second to let me switch antennas here and tell me what you think?
Yeah, where you at right now, it's a solid 5.9. So, yeah, go ahead and switch and we'll see what you got.
Yeah, Randy, you got me?
Yeah, 5.7, 5 and 8.
That's a 132-foot infed there.
Yeah, I think the other one's probably a little stronger. But again, I had to station the first one tonight, did the same kind of a test that you did, Jason. And I'm like, well, wait a second. You know, that other one may come in handy, just the way the propagation and the band is. So I think the first one may be just a couple, maybe an S unit or so stronger than that one. But that long wire may come in handy all of a sudden where the other one ain't going to work.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, roger that, Randy. We're back on the cobweb antenna there. I use that wire antenna for 80 meters mainly there.
Yeah, that would probably make sense. Yeah, I got you there. That makes sense. I've got an 80-meter homebrew dipole on the side of the tower. We took it down today. We got a little bit of wire chafe up by the balun that we've got to kind of get fixed. I think it was kind of causing us a little higher SWR, so we'll probably take a look at that the next day or two. So we're without 80 meters tonight, but that's okay. We're here on 40 anyway, so it's like I said, it's been nonstop now for about 25 minutes, and we missed out the last couple of nights. Gosh, every time I get ready to go, something seems to happen. Like most people are. Or last night I could have jumped on at about 8:30 Central, and I said, well, that doesn't really make any sense. We just decided to call it a day, and here we are tonight. We're going to take advantage of it there, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night there, Randy. I'll hop off here and let you make some more contacts there. Pleasure is always there. K0RWB, K9PVC, 73 to next time, brother.
I appreciate it, Jason. Always a pleasure. And this makes number 5. So we'll just keep going. I'll keep putting in the log. It doesn't matter to me, but I appreciate you taking the time to give me a call. And I always do enjoy talking with you. I'm glad to see that 10's open. We have to kind of look around a little bit, but I do, and I appreciate the info as well. The bands are open on 10, so that was kind of our big question tonight. Are the bands getting better? And it sounds like maybe they are. Hey, be safe and be well, Jason. Be careful out there. And by golly, we look forward to working again as always. Kilo 9, Papa Victor Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7 3s. Okay, K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations?
Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar. This is Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar in Western North Carolina.
That sounds like John. That sounds like John out there, I believe. Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar. Is that you, John?
Yeah, that's me. I go by Max, M-A-X, but my first name is John. Yeah, that's me. I'm hearing you loud and clear. You're a 5'9" plus 20.
Well, I'm glad I'm doing something right, and I know it's Max, but I just I just try to be different. Maybe I shouldn't. No, you sound good here as well. Hey, nice to hear you again. I think we talked on the 22nd and again the 27th, and here we are on the 5th. So it sounds good to me. Sounds good in my receive.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm keeping a paper log here, so you're right on the dates there, and yeah, it's good to hear you out there. I just was talking with a friend of mine on DMR. I also like DMR. Some people don't like that. Maybe I shouldn't say that on here, but been talking to him just in my pickup truck now. I said, well, let me go out to the ham shack. And there you were.
Yeah, you know what? Some people say it's like a bad rash. It just won't go away. But yeah, you came up a lot that time. Good, solid 5'9". When I started earlier here on the frequency, I made sure there was a lot of room, not to get anybody's way. And sure enough, you got somebody at KC or two up starts calling. I just can't win for losing.
Yeah, roger that. I heard a little bit there myself. Maybe they'll move a few frequencies down or something.
Well, I mean, I would be happy to do it. I'd kind of hate to, since we've been here for 30 minutes or so. But if it comes push comes to shove, again, I want to have a clear frequency to make better contacts and make sure it doesn't get all garbled on the live stream. But it is what it is, of course. But yeah, it has been an unusual week so far. Some good, some not so good. But we're on the air this evening. We're going to take advantage of it. And other than a little bit of noise here and there, the band seems to be really good, and everybody's got great, strong signals tonight. So I think it's going to be a good evening.
Yeah, roger that. Now, did I kind of got on the tail end of that conversation. Was someone saying that the 15-meter band is open? Is that true?
Well, I was up there earlier today, and there was a little activity, but Jason, I just got to talking with, had made some overseas contacts earlier on 10, and I haven't even thought to look at 12 or 10 meters lately. So it sounds like, and this was just recently apparently. So that's encouraging that 10 meters is going to be open this time of night, or even an hour or so earlier. So that's really encouraging. So that's the kind of thing that I posed there on the title of the night. Are the bands getting better? Well, it certainly seems like maybe they are.
Yeah, roger that. I was going to test something real quick. I'm on 100 watts right now on this FT991A, and I just wondered if you would hear me if I lowered the wattage. Would it still be the same, or should I just keep it at 100 watts? Over.
Well, you can do whatever you like. Again, the band is moving, so you're 5.9 plus to 5 and 7. So I would venture to guess 50 watts would probably drop you an S unit or two, so on and so forth.
Yeah, roger that. I'm at 65 watts right there. Is it about the same?
Yeah, it didn't change a thing. It's still right at 5 and 9. That tells you what I know. Or maybe the band just got even better.
Yeah, roger that. Well, right there I'm at 50 watts. So, yeah, who knows? There's so many variables in this stuff. I'm learning every day. I've learned I can talk a local on a 2 meter. And Simplex was a neighbor on just 5 watts, and it's like, wow, that's nothing.
Oh, very true. Again, and being on this side of it, and I did this a week or so ago. It was a week ago. I did an informal poll, and about 80% of the operators that evening were 100 watts on a wire, and it just and good signals, audio, and so on and so forth. So again, you don't have to have the biggest and greatest antenna and running all the wattage and so forth, because 100 watts on a wire does a really nice job. Again, I do wonder why my electric bill is so high. Running the wattage I am, maybe I just do the same thing.
Yeah, well, when I'm reaching out a little further, for some reason I think, I better put it on 100 watts, that way it'll definitely hear me. So it's just kind of in my brain back there. But I'm using this in-fed half-wave, 130-foot antenna out there, and I noticed it's pretty high up in the trees. It's probably 60 feet off the ground, and it has a small stick hanging on there, kind of on one end. I don't know if that affects it or not, but I may try to lower that back down and take that stick off of there.
Well, it doesn't seem to affect here on my receive. I'm not sure if that's going to make any difference on your standing wave. It could interfere or it may not interfere. If it's shielded wire, it's probably not going to bother anything. But again, and of course, on this band, 80 meters, 160 and so forth, antennas, altitudes are friends. You try to get them as high as you can and so forth. And that's why I'm surprised that this works as well as it does, and it's about 38 foot. I'd like to go 48 or 50 foot or whatever I can get up there, but it all depends on the configuration and where the other wire goes and coax and so forth. But again, I've had stations tonight that have been 10 feet off the ground, and they sound terrific.
Yeah, roger that. Well, you're sounding terrific tonight, like you're in the same room. Like I said, 5.9 plus the 20 on there on this FT991A, so you're coming in really clear.
Well, again, I wish I could take credit for it, but I think the antenna's doing what it's supposed to, and I think the propagation is a little bit in our favor as well. We've already had one contact out into the New York area, which has been good. Of course, we've had some in Illinois, Indiana. We did have another station up here in Canada, up by Toronto, which was good. So it tells me the band is open a little bit, but the signals have been good with it as well. And it's when it's a struggle to to get a signal report, whatever, it's hard on both parties. But so far, including yourself, everybody's been really good, signal wise and audio wise. So it makes it a lot easier for me and a lot fun for everybody, I believe, there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, absolutely. I'm glad I called you. I almost went inside the house. So I said, no, let me go over there to Ham Shack. Like you said, it's getting to be maybe addictive, like a rash or something. So I thoroughly enjoy it. So I'm totally glad I got into this ham radio. So.
Yeah, again, there's something for everybody. That's the cool thing about it. I've had a couple tonight that first contact on HF in a long time. First contact with the new rig, and that's the great thing about this hobby. Even if you've been away from it for a while, I know a lot of people have for one reason or another, myself included. And you just making a contact is still fun. Because you don't know who was on the other end initially, and that's the whole thing about this. It's supposed to be fun. It is fun. It's getting it's even more fun. More contacts you make in different locations and so forth. And again, I really do enjoy the hobby.
Yeah, Roger, that and well too. You're adding to it with the YouTube channel and all. Everyone I show that to, they just thoroughly love it. They're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know anyone was doing that. I said, well, there's a few people doing it, and I appreciate you giving me the names of some other people there that are doing it. I've actually looked up their YouTube channels, and in fact, I wrote them all down and stuck it in the wallet here. So, yeah, it was Alex, Doug, Joe, and the guy Randy there. Or that's you. But anyway, got 4 of you on there, so hey, that's a plus.
Yeah, and Joe down in Mississippi, K5 YV Buy, he does a terrific job and has a great setup. He's got a really great channel. He does a lot of videos and does a terrific job at it. Of course, Doug is up in Long Island, been there for a while. There was another one, Todd. I don't have his call in front of me. I haven't heard him for a while. I don't know if he's got some other things he's working with. And then, of course, Alex. I think, at least my understanding, Alex is the one I've known who's been doing it the longest. Now, there could be somebody else I'm not aware of, but there's not many operators you talk to who have not either talked to Alex or worked him while he's on the live stream as well. So, that's good for him, and it also helps the rest of us. Again, this is just a community, and we're all, we're all trying to enjoy the hobby and get other things, there are other aspects of the hobby out of it. And we're pretty good at getting along. I like to think we're pretty good at self-governing, and I still think the major consensus is to have fun at what you're doing. And again, I don't talk to many operators who just aren't having a good time.
Yeah, Roger that. I agree with you. Everyone I talk to thoroughly enjoy it. And I've had some people that are, into the contesting and all that. And too, that's cool in itself. I haven't really jumped into any of the contesting type stuff. Just enjoyed talking with people like we're doing right now. And so I'll just see where that takes me. I'm collecting some QSL cards and enjoying that. Just about it itself.
Yeah, again, there's something for everybody. We had ordered some new cards back on the 15th of last month from a company in California, and we kind of thought, well, any day. And we happened to be going through our emails, and I'd gotten a second one. Apparently I didn't see the first or missed the first, and it was to approve the proof that they had sent, and I got that this morning. So I did send him an email back and said, yeah, go ahead and get them started. So apparently, 2 weeks wasted on my part, but I don't remember seeing the email. But so we'll have some cards here after a while, and we'll kind of see if where it goes from there. But it's nice to have some cards on hand again. We ran out and have kind of lacking in trying to get some new ones printed, but we should have them here in a short while, and looking forward to doing SESCs and getting them out there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, too, as many people as you talk to, plus YouTube channel, you're probably going to have the whole wall, your whole room, your whole studio is going to be QSL cards. They'll be everywhere.
Yeah, we did that years ago when we first got our ticket, and we filled up books pretty quick. And again, and a lot of them were unsolicited, and I really appreciate it. And I've got some here in the shack here as well that I get, and I appreciate it because it takes a little effort to do that. Max, they don't mail themselves, and they don't write a little note by themselves. So it means a lot to me when someone takes the time to consciously fill it out, the time, the date, and so forth, and put a quick note on it, and then to mail it. I mean, that just tells me, a little bit about the person, attention to detail, and so forth. And that really means a lot. And, it's nice that people are still doing that. I don't know if it's as prevalent as it was in years past, and that's okay. There's electronic, that does now EQSL, and I think there's HRDNet and a few others out there as well. So, but it does mean a lot when somebody takes the time to send that to you, and it's like Christmas in May, lack of a better word. So, we'll see where it goes, but I think if people are interested, we'll have some cards coming, and if they want one, we'll figure it out there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah, I agree. And well, to me, it's just the QSL cards have been around since the 1920s, I believe. So, I mean, that's kind of an old part of ham radio. I mean, you can take it or leave it. Some do it, some don't. But I think it's a great idea. Like I said, a lot of people do the electronic stuff. I've started kind of a logbook on QRZ there, and may start one somewhere else too. But just the old-fashioned card QSLs are really neat there.
Yep, they sure are. Max, we're going to see if we can make a couple more here yet while we've got some time this evening. But always a pleasure to have you call in. And I don't know why it didn't show up. I put it in the comments, and I did call you John, and I know it's Max, and I kind of it's supposed to show up in my comments no matter what I say or don't say. So I'm making sure it's in there again. But yeah, nice to have you call in tonight. Enjoyed our short QSO, and it definitely sounds good. 991A is terrific radio, doing a good job, of course. And it sounded as good as you did last time. So the band is open. The equipment's working like it should. So hopefully we'll get a chance to work again real soon. The intention is to be here tomorrow night. Again, things can change, but that's what I'm looking for at this time. So the next day or two, if you hear me, give us a call back again. Always a pleasure to talk with you. So we look forward to it. I'll say 7-3 for now. Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Yeah, Randy, 7-3 to you. I'll let you go. Appreciate talking with you. Kilowatt 0, red, white, blue. This is KN4ZOO 7-3.
Okay, thanks again. We'll say 7-3s. We're going to go ahead and clear with him, and let's see if we can get a hold of Todd real quick. Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Lima Juliet. Todd, I heard you out there on the chat. So if we can get you on the air. Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Lima Juliet, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Try one more time. Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Lima Juliet. Todd, are you there? K0RWB, back to you. Well, nothing heard with Todd there. We'll go ahead and clear. And QRZ, any stations anywhere?
89 QFX.
Kilowatt Delta 9, is it Queen Foxtrot X-Ray?
Roger, QXL.
Hey, Ken, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. Got my yard work done, and figured I'd come down here and see if I can make a little noise here at QSF.
Oh, it sounds great. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've got somebody a couple KCs down from me. This section of the band has been open for the last hour, and now I've got somebody 2 KCs down. We can continue this, but I'm going to see if we can maybe move to 7225, and we'll see if it's clear if you want to continue this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, K0RWB, we're going to QSY to 7225. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? And nothing heard. Kilo Delta 9, Queen Foxtrot X-Ray, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Ken, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Yeah, I hate to do that, but I don't want to get anybody else's way. It does make the QSOs that you and I have harder, and as long as nobody's up here, I've got no problem moving, but you sound good tonight. How are things up in your neck of the woods?
Everything is well. Maybe got it to maybe 55 today, and look like it's supposed to rain later tonight, so that's why I had to try to get some yard work done today when I got home there at QSL.
Oh, yeah. Well, 55, that's a regular heat wave, right? You guys broke out the T-shirts and shorts.
No, I don't think so. We already had like a couple of days that was almost 80, and everybody got spoiled after that there at QSF.
Oh, tell me about it. I've been there, done that. I know exactly what it's like. You get ready to bust all this stuff out, and then boom, we had that the last couple of days. It hasn't been terrible, but when you're used to these mid 70, we've had a couple of low 80s. And then Monday, yesterday, and today has been like 58 to 60. You're kind of like, well, my body's not used to this. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes up here in the Windy City. Next thing you know, it'll be 95 degrees there at QSF.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm not complaining. You know, you complain about being cold. Next thing you know, we're going to go from this temperature to August. And I don't want the humidity and the temps to go with it, so I'm just going to take my time and enjoy it.
Roger. That's what I'm trying to do. Get done what I can done before it gets too hot out here. So try to get as much yard stuff done as I can, and so I can relax when it gets hot there, QSL.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know. It's just, it happens every year, and I don't look forward to it, but I do enjoy days like today, not terribly hot, not terribly cold, kind of right in between, a little bit of wind, which is really unusual. Usually we get the wind when we get the temps, but really one of the days that we wish we'd had a whole lot more of, but again, you just don't know, and that's okay. We'll take whatever tomorrow is, and we'll move on from there.
Roger. What kind of rig are you running out there?
Well, up this one tonight, we're on the Yaesu FTDX-10 that we're operating here. Of course, the 40-meter dipole on the side of the tower, about 48 foot. We have the radio paired with a Heil PR781 microphone, and then we're running about 750 watts on our ACOM 1000 amplifier, and that's just about it.
Okay, well, you're doing a good job there. I'm running FTDX-10, and matter of fact, right now I'm just talking on my ground-mounted vertical, my Hustler 5B TV, and I'm doing about 80 watts, and have about 30 radios up under there, QSF.
Yeah, that makes all the difference too. Yeah, it's a good solid 5.9. I mean, the band's moving a little bit, but your audio hasn't changed, so it's right there what it should be. Yeah, I think we talked about that before, about the rig and stuff. I think you mentioned you hadn't had it very long, but yeah, on the verticals, the radios seem to make all the difference, and that's what seems what's driving it for you. That's certainly a good large number of radios. I have a portable vertical that I use, and it's on a tripod about 4 foot off the ground, and I run usually about 8 radios with it, and but I cut them for each specific band, so I can go anywhere from 10 to 20. but I have radios for each one of those bands, and that does help that antenna out quite a little bit. So I can imagine with the number of radios you have on that one, it will do quite well for you.
Yeah, it seems to do quite well. I'm happy with it. You know, I was able to get the SWRs down pretty good. Everything is at where I tuned it at on each band, it is at 1.1 at 50 ohms, except for 80, which is at 1.3 at 50 ohms on the frequency that I tuned it to there, QSL.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that means all the radiation's going down the antenna instead of getting caught along the way. Yeah, the more energy you get out of the antenna, the better it is, of course, and yeah, I'm sure you know that as well. But oh, that's terrific. I mean, you're not going to find it much better than that, I wouldn't think. So you've got it cut just right. And you know, again, every time that you and I have talked, we've had a pretty good signal in between us. So whether it's a pipeline or the conditions or the equipment, I'd like to think it's a little bit of everything.
I think it's the FTDX10 to FDDX10 there, QSL.
How'd I know you were going to say that? Well, that might have something to do with it. That's a good possibility. We'd like to think so. But, yeah, you know, I think the antenna is supposed to do most of the work. But it does have to start here, right? It starts here and then it goes out to the antenna. So I guess if it starts with good information, you get good info out of the antenna. So, yeah, I guess we'll say it's radio, too.
Roger. Tell me this. What do you know about, I'm looking at a non-resident antenna I'm thinking about trying out there. You know anything about those?
I have no knowledge of them per se. I don't know anybody who uses them. I'm not use one myself. So I would probably not be your resource you're looking for. However, you got the internet. You can probably find a whole list of resources that would probably help you.
Well, I think this is one of the things I'm just going to have to try it and see. I don't even want to say what kind it is or, you know, who developed it or whatever, but it just got me so curious of what it's supposed to do. I can't help but to try it. So I want to sit down and I'm going to build it. I'm going to see what I need, and over the next month or something, I'm going to get it up and just kind of see how it performs.
Well, that sounds like a great project. Yeah, definitely. Again, my antenna building is quite limited. I haven't been terribly successful. A little bit. I do know that if I want it to work well, I leave it to the professionals. So I've made a couple of dipoles, and that's really about as far as I go. And that's just how it is. I'm just really not that good at it. I try to give it a go, but that's okay. But no, it sounds intriguing, and especially if you get everything put together and get it up and see how it performs. You know, able to tweak it a little bit. And we're supposed to get some nicer weather. It sounds like a good spring and early summer project for you.
Roger. Yeah, I tell you, my first antenna I built was a double bazooka, 40 meters, and I put it up, and it did great on 40 meters and everything, and I tuned it to 80 and was trying to transmit on it. Wasn't doing quite well. So I'm assuming I did something wrong. So I took it down, I went and bought one and put it up, and it did the same thing. And it was because it's a mono band antenna. I didn't know no better. And but I think the one that I built does better than what I'm talking on now, the QSL.
Well, you know what? You may be onto something. My experience was just the opposite. You know, and it is what it is. But I built a 40-meter antenna, and I said, yeah, this is okay. And then I got this one I'm on right now, and I go, oh, this is much better. So I didn't quite get something right somewhere or whatever. So, but if it works for you, and you've got the patience and the know-how, I'd say, hey, go for it. I know my limitations, so I know what I can do and can't do. I want to get on the air and not damage equipment, so I leave it to the experts.
Right, I understand, but this is one of those I just got to try. And enough because I guess it's just my curiosity has got the best of me because I'm used to transmitting on residents. You know, that's why I took my time and did my ground-mounted vertical. I made phone calls and, try to get it dead on the money and everything, which I think I did pretty good. But this non-resident antenna, just the theory alone has me, it's got my curiosity. It's got the best of me there, QSL.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that you're not going to put it down until you figure out every angle to make it work. So I hope that when you get it completed that I get to be one of your contacts.
Roger. I would definitely make sure of that. I was, I'm really puzzled even now with this double bazooka because it's not in a straight line. It's in an L shape. Even though it's horizontal, it's in an L shape. And I watched some videos and stuff of antennas and have them lined up straight and how they radiate and everything. And it just, I just wonder how this thing is really doing what it does. Being in an L shape, it kind of got me puzzled too here, QSL.
Yeah, well, it's got me scratching my head just hearing you talk about it. It's starting to give me a headache. You're making me think way too much. Again, if you get this put together and you know why it works and how it works, you know exactly how to fix it in the future if you have to.
Yeah, and I watched the radiation pattern of the one that I want to build, and it should be a work of art, but it's not designed to be in an L shape. So that's what's going to make me wonder if I do better or, if I just come out at least with what I got. But either way, I'm going to do it, and it's part of the hobby, and I'm going to enjoy it there, QSL.
You betcha. And that is a great part of the hobby. As I've said before, there's something in the hobby for everybody. Again, whether it's the digital mode or in your case, you're wanting to build an antenna and make it work, or work in CW or the RTTY or phone or whatever. Yeah, that's the cool thing about this thing. You can go, as far as you can imagine is what you can do with ham radio, and that's really kind of a cool deal. But I look forward to hearing it on your completion and what you go through. Might be a great thing for documentation that you can use later on, whether you do it put it on your QRZ page or something, and could be some really great information and kind of, see how it works out for you. But I look forward to hearing it, and it doesn't sound like you said it would take you quite a time to do that. So I'll be looking forward to hear you real soon there, Ken. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, this weekend, I'm willing to sit up there and draw it up and see everything that I need and get everything ordered. I've seen one I could purchase, but I don't want to purchase it, I don't want to buy it, so to speak. I'd rather just, even if it costs me a little bit more, I'd rather just do it on my own and throw my little extra, my MacGyver stuff in there and see how it goes there, QSL.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. I think that's great. Well, the signal has held out really well. Again, we're not that far away, but nice to see that the band is working well, fairly short. We did get to New York a little early with my friend Armando, and he was really good as well. So I'm glad to see that band is holding up. So that's the thing that I kind of posed tonight on the title is, are the bands getting better? And I'd like to think that they are starting to get better. I heard earlier from my friend Jason that there was some overseas contacts on 10 meters, and I was on 15 a little earlier today, and there was some activity up on 15, which was really nice. And I'd like to think that maybe we're kind of turning a corner, and the bands will be a little better for us.
Yeah, it's definitely, I believe it's definitely getting better. Night before last, I was out, I was on the radio. It was about around this time, and I actually got a chance to talk to British Columbia up there in Canada the way west. That was my first time getting up that way, that far west. And so that was really neat. They was speaking another language and came back to me and talked to me a little bit in English, and it was a really good contact there, QSL.
Yep, and that's the whole thing about the hobby, is making contacts, and no matter where they're at, and especially first time was pretty cool. Again, I've never run into a new contact and they just don't want to talk to you. I think, well, they're on the air, they're probably wanting to make contacts too. So, well, that sounds like a great one. I don't know if I've gotten in that part of the world or not. I have to go back and look at the log, but I think a lot of it for me is timing. I don't get out here as much as I'd like, and I'm kind of missing some of those, or I'm not up at 3 a.m. or at midnight, whatever the case may be, for like New Zealand, Australia, what have you. So maybe I could work those a little bit more of a normal type schedule. So we'll see what happens. But hey, Ken, thanks for giving us a call tonight. I'm glad you stopped in and got a chance to work you again, and I'm looking forward to the next time. And keep us up to date on your progress on the antenna. Sounds very intriguing as well. And like I said, I look forward to getting a chance to work you with the antenna and kind of compare signals from where you're at right now to the new antenna. So, hey, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Be safe and be well as always. Look forward to the next time, and I'll do mine, and you can do yours. Kilo Delta 9, Queen Foxtrot X-Ray, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s.
Okay, my friend. I will definitely keep you informed when this thing gets up in the air. Have a great evening and appreciate your time. KD9QFX, QR2.
Okay, thanks again. K0RWB, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Kilo Oscar 4, Echo X-Ray.
Kilo Oscar 4, Echo X-Ray. That sounds like my friend Jim down there by Athens, Georgia there. Go ahead.
I think we talked maybe a couple weeks ago on the air. Yep, and nice to see you again. I guess I'll just drop by for a second. I hope you have been having a good evening back here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're doing well. Been out here now for about an hour and just really had some terrific signals. People stopping in to say hi and chat a little bit, and really nice to see that the band is open, and it actually sounds pretty good in the receive here. I'll go look at the meter next go around, Jim, but sounds very good in, is it Winterville, Georgia, I believe it was, Roger?
Roger, yeah, it's in Winterville, Georgia, and you're 5'9" into Winterville. Again, 100 watts to the 40-meter dipole. I'm getting my, since we last talked, I constructed my 80.
Okay, so you've got your 80-meter dipole constructed, is that right?
Affirmative, and I have it laid out in the back, and I shall be putting it up at the tree soon.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's good. You'll have another band to work as well. I know there's quite a little bit of activity on 80 meters, and I'm sure you'll be able to make lots of contact with it. Again, of course, that's a lot of wire in the air, quite a bit of length, though, for 80 meters. But, you get them up there just right. It's well worth it there, Roger.
Roger. And the main thing that I've been using this for within this, because I wasn't really intending to do much outside of just the local area. There's a lot of local stuff on 80 meters, WinLink nets, PSK nets. I think maybe a couple sideband nets. Yeah, sideband nets just around the Athens area, So that's why I built it. It's not going to be too terribly high, so I won't really get good distance on it. But it'll do what I want it to do, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You build it, design it to work for a specific purpose, and again, on the wire antennas, altitude's our friend. You're not wanting to use it a long distance in your general area. Yeah, that sounds like that should work quite well. And it sounds like you got a lot of stuff to do. That you can do there at 80 meters.
Yeah, and in fact, they have the 80-meter nets. I think Georgia Aries net is maybe every night. They have, and then every Thursday, our local radio club does a KNET and a Winlet net, and that's for the Athens radio club. So yeah, I'll have plenty of stuff to do, and I think I'll get a lot of use out of it.
So you'll be on the air quite a little bit, then. You'll get yourself quite a microphone time.
I think so. Yeah, and all I got to do is I better get a better antenna for the higher end I can to move higher up in the defense cycle for the higher vertical, or a higher dipole, or maybe even a vertical stuff, and just sort of play around. I've been impressed with the propagation route, especially tonight. We had some weird propagation last week, not much going on, but tonight it seems really good.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's one of the things that I posed on the title of tonight's stream is are their bands getting better? And I think everyone I've talked with so far is in agreement that they are getting better, and it seems as though that they're staying open a little bit longer. So that's really encouraging as we're going into summertime, and hopefully it stays that way for a while. It does make the hobby a lot of fun. Then you find yourself being on the air more and more because there's so much activity. It's sometimes it's pretty hard to pull yourself away.
I know. They had there was a guy just up the road at a state park in northern South Carolina that I've been to a couple times. He was doing parts on the air, and you could hear so many people calling in with the pileups, and he was getting people from all over, and they were just talking about how great 40 meters is tonight.
Well, I tell you, this is a week 4 for me on 40 meters, just because 20 was not in very good shape a couple of weeks back, at least the time that we were trying to get on, and so we moved here to 40 meters, and I really have a hard time going anywhere else. I mean, this time in the evening, the band seems to be open. There's a lot of activity, a lot of good stations out there, again, with great signals and good audio as well, and it makes it a lot of fun when you're calling CQ and you get somebody who gives you a call and you get a chance to work them. So we enjoy it. I mean, it's relatively quiet. There's a little static crashes a night. I mean, I don't think the band has ever been dead silent. It's been better than maybe some other nights and so forth, but all in all, it's really been terrific the last couple of weeks here on 40 meters, and I hope it continues to be that way.
Roger. Well, I wish you luck in your future contest this evening, and I hope you have a great evening. Echo X-ray.
Okay, Jim. Hey, always a pleasure. Thanks for giving us the call again. I think that's our second contact, and it sounds good. Again, the signal strength isn't that strong, but the audio is doing quite well. So that tells me the band is doing some help for us, and your equipment is working as well. Hey, be safe and be well. Have a great Wednesday, and look forward to working again. Kilo Oscar 4 Echo X-ray Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again. 73s. And K0 RWB QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Radio Whiskey Bravo Kilo Oscar 4 Echo X-ray 73. Have a good evening.
Okay, take care. Hey, Joe, Kilo 5, Yankee Victor Yankee. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing pretty good, Randy. How you doing? Sounding good tonight in Mississippi.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm getting a little bit of noise, a little static and whatever, but I think there's some weather going through kind of the Midwest area. We're not getting anything here per se, but it hasn't been enough to affect the band so far. But gosh, about an hour now, and the band seems to be in good shape. Everybody's had some great signals, so I hope it stays that way for at least another hour there. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe it will. Maybe it'll hold up pretty good. You got a lot of stations you're working, just doing a regular old thing there. So, wanted to drop by and say hello. You know, I'm always out here kind of tinkering and stuff, so it won't take long to rant you, but I wanted to say hello to you, Randy, and all your viewers and folks checking in on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was just going to ask you. You're out there in the office. What do you got in the works? What videos are you putting together for us?
Well, I got to find time to do that. I got a few things lined up, but I come out here tonight to wire up a new foot switch. I've been using a pretty lightweight foot switch, and it keeps moving around on me and stuff, and didn't have no mounting options, so got my hands on some heavy duty commercial grade foot switches and was able to wire one up tonight, and that's what I'm using now, and I'm liking it. It ain't moving at all. Go ahead.
You know, I have that same problem. I've got one of the Heil dual switch foot switches, and even on the carpet, it seems to move around a little bit. And I've got some molded plastic. It was a kind of a tinted plastic that was used for some kind of an office application. I got it at a repurposed store, and I put one screw in it up to the bottom of the pedal, a small tech screw, and on my shack table, I've got one center post off to my right, and it leans up against that post just fine. And now it doesn't go anywhere, so I can push on it all day long, and it sits right there. So you worked it your way, and I worked it my way. Again, aren't we a creative bunch?
That's what it takes, you know, and that's what I like about this one. It's got a real rugged, rough texture on the bottom of it, which in the shack I just have a barrel floor right now. I haven't ever put down any flooring, so it holds the plywood quite well. And if I ever need it to hold a little better, it does have a couple of mounting screws on it, or screw holes, I should say. But as far as that, maybe next week before I record, I've got a KM4 ACK in-fed half-wave antenna that I'm going to put together, and I've got an 80-meter sky loop or loop, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to put together as well. So that'll be the next couple of videos, and another one will be cleaning out the shack. I kind of do that. I'm starting to get cluttered in here again, so I got to get rid of that stuff.
That sounds like everybody's shack. I know mine's the same way. Stuff seems to pile up on shelves and other cubby holes and spaces. So I'm really glad that I don't shoot my webcams like you do on the equipment, because it'd be embarrassing with the QSL cards and remotes and everything else. You just have to look at stuff behind me. But well, that sounds good about some of the videos putting together. I don't know, it's not set in stone, but we will be in southern Missouri next Wednesday through Sunday, and it looks as though we're going to be doing a portable live stream at least Wednesday and Thursday, and possibly Friday as well. So we've been working on, does this antenna work? Does this one work better? Making a portable mast with some guy wires and so forth. So we've been kind of putting that together, and I'm not sure if we're going to try to shoot a video if we put it together, or do it live, or just what. But we're going to try to do this, what we're doing tonight, live at the portable location. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but that's what we're shooting for.
Oh yeah, well, we'll do both. Start you a live video and just start talking like you're recording it, and later on you can download it or whatever you want to do and make a recording out of it, some voiceovers or whatever you need to do there. You can do both, man. No need to pick just one. Go ahead.
Well, I understand about doing both, but it sounds a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Of course, I guess you can dub over the audio, but getting the camera set up and so forth. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm really looking forward to trying to do the portable live stream. We've got a wireless router that we can take with us anywhere that should get us internet, so we could get it broadcasted. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like. We will be taking our 7300 instead of this radio, so we'll definitely have a different display. But yeah, like I said, we've been trying to do this for the last couple of weeks, and I think it's all starting to come together. So it should be an interesting time, whether it works or doesn't work.
No, roger that. Well, that's part of the fun in it is, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. And if it don't, let's try something else. But anyway, Randy, well, good luck with that. And sounds great. Look forward to it. And glad you're going to have some fun there. And we're going to have to get on to the next caller. There's somebody sitting there tapping their fingernails on the desk, just waiting to call in. So we'll say 73 to you, and we'll be standing by listening. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. The K5YVY.
I appreciate it, Joe. Nice to hear you again. It's been a few weeks since we had to work. Actually, 2nd of April is what I got here, so about a month or so. Not surprising. We're movers and shakers, aren't we, Joe? That's what it is. We're movers and shakers. Hey, always a pleasure to hear you out there, and I look forward to getting your videos together and getting them up on the channel. Look forward to it, and get a chance to work you when you're doing yours as well. So, and we'll see what happens next week. We're keeping our fingers crossed. But thanks for stopping in, and nice to work you. Again, the signals between 5 and 7, 5 and 9 kind of bounce around a little bit, but that's good enough in my book. Take care, be well and safe, and we'll talk with you again real soon. Kilo 5, Yankee Victor Yankee, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3.
Yeah, 73, and sorry for forgetting your signal report. You are 5-9 into Mississippi, and on the meter, you're 10 over, so have a good one.
All right, thanks again, Joe, 7-3s. QRZ, K0RWB, any other stations, come with your call.
Kilo Charlie 4, Bravo, Oscar Whiskey.
Kilo Charlie 4, Bravo, Oscar Whiskey. Hey, Jim, how's it going this evening?
I'm doing well. Go by my middle name, Mitch. But yeah, I see that you looked me up there, James.
Anyway, north side of Cincinnati, and we're coming in here tonight, 5x9. Good signal tonight.
Well, thank you for stopping in. Again, the name here is Randy, and the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, right on the I-70 corridor, and we're also streaming live tonight on YouTube there. Go ahead.
All right, copy that. I'm just a little bit east of Interstate 71, Warren County, Ohio, which is about 30 miles north of Cincinnati. And actually just got my station on the air the last week or so, running an Icon 7100, 100 watts into a G5 RV antenna behind my garage, and just getting on here for the first time. Check the band. Been away from the hobby for a few years here, just getting back in, so I'm enjoying my new radio.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome back to the hobby. G5RV is a very good antenna. I know lots of people are using them. I'm very happy with them. It's good. It sounds good in my receive. I'm starting to hear a few more crashes in the distance, so the band is moving around a little bit. You've been anywhere from 5 and 5 to 5 and 9, but the audio is nice and clean, so it's a winner in my book.
I'm running 60% power right now. I'm trying to take it easy here as I get used to the twin antenna, but running it through MFJ antenna tuner, and it's the 939i that will interface with the Icon, so it cleans up pretty quick, and seems to be doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you get everything dialed in, it kind of goes into autopilot, and it works like it's supposed to. And I've heard that same kind of setup, several times this evening. Very popular. Again, 100 watts on a wire goes a long ways, especially here on 40 meters. We just run a 40-meter dipole on the side of our tower at about 38 foot, and we are running a little bit of power, but we like to think the antenna is doing the work. The band isn't extremely long. We did get in New York. We've been up into Canada, but we've also been in Indiana, Ohio. We just finished with Mississippi, been down to Georgia. So, again, that's what we like about 40 meters. They're coming from every direction there, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. Just got the antenna center yesterday, so like I said, I was kind of running QRP because it didn't get the SWR where it needed to be until I got the antenna hooked up. But now that I've got the tuner in, and can dial the power up a little bit, yeah, I'm trying to get some decent distance here. So, yeah, it's before I actually concurrently was getting into the hobby, I was a broadcast engineer for about 7 years, left that field eventually, but yeah, whether it's on the professional side or the amateur side, it's all about the antenna. The more efficient your antenna is, you could be cranking out 1,500 watts, but if you've got a bad antenna, it doesn't really matter. So it's all about the antenna.
It is. It is very true, and especially at this band, and as you get a little lower, the antenna and altitude is definitely your friend. So it is really nice if you have an antenna that's resonant, that works well for you. We'd like to get as much of the wattage going out to the antenna, and we're fortunate. This one here is fairly resonant. We don't have a tuner. There's a tuner in the rig, but we don't need it. We're watching the SWRs on the rig, and we also have a setup on the amplifier. So it runs about 1.1, so you're not going to get much better than that. So, and I attribute to that to the antenna and how it was built, and that does help our signal a little bit, I'd like to think. So, yeah, the antennas, once they're dialed in and worked, it makes the rest of the part real easy there, Roger.
Yep, absolutely. And like you said, altitude is important too, because especially the longer wavelengths, when you get down close to the ground, I think you get too much ground interference and things like that. So anyway, thanks for coming back with me, and I'll let you move on. I did not get the call tonight, but this is KC4BOW.
Yeah, no problem at all. The call here is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB. And again, like I said, we're live on YouTube. So if you're interested in listening to your rig on the playback on our QSO, you can go to my channel one of two ways. You can go to YouTube and type in my call in the search bar, or you can look me up in QRZ, and I've got a link. You can click on the link, and it'll take you right to the channel as well. And if you're interested in listening to it tonight, I would probably fast forward to about an hour 20. That would get you pretty close about where we started, and give a look and a listen, and see how you sound on the air there, Roger.
All right, copy that. That is something a few years ago when I was in the hobby. Kind of before the invention of YouTube. So anyway, we'll check that out. And you have a good evening, and thanks for coming back with me. K0 Romeo Whiskey Bravo. This is Kilo Charlie 4 Bravo Oscar Whiskey.
Okay, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe and be well. And by golly, if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. We'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. Kilo Charlie 4, Bravo Oscar Whiskey, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3s.
America Bravo 9, Tango Echo.
Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha.
The Romeo Alpha, standby 1. I'll get back with you. The Kilo Bravo 9 is the Tango Echo. Alpha Bravo 9 Tango Echo. Is that a Roger?
QSL Alpha Bravo 9 Tango Echo. How are you doing this evening, Randy?
Oh gosh, it's been a great night so far. I wish I could have got here earlier in the week, but what do they say? Life gets in the way or what have you. And we had a chance last night. Would have been about 8:30 Central, and I just thought that's probably too late to start. So. But we made it tonight, and, by and large, it has been a great night, terrific signals, great audio, lots of great information. One of the things I put up on the stream is, are the bands getting better? And it seems like everybody kind of agrees that maybe the bands are getting better there, Roger.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye. I was actually just gotten done eating dinner a little bit ago, and I was kind of
just browsing the internet and happened upon YouTube, and I got the notification that you were live and saw the thing about the bands being better. So I was like, well, I'll go down and check it out and just see how they're doing. It's been probably about 3 or 4 days since I've been down in the shack here, but I did a little tuning around initially before I landed on the frequency here, and it does sound like they're doing pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I had a friend of mine, Jason, up in Indiana, called in earlier, and he was working some DX on 10 meters, which is really encouraging. I was up on 15 a little early this morning, and 15 was quite active. I didn't think to look at 12 or 10. Now that I think maybe 10 is open, I may have to do that. But yeah, I'd like to think that we're starting to turn a corner. I know over the weekend on 20 meters, I was talking with stations up to almost 11 o'clock Central at night. So again, is it a one-time thing? Well, it could be, but I'd like to think that that slowly and surely we're starting to get a little bit better. The band seems to be a little more stable, seems to be open a little bit longer, and maybe not long, Skip, but the band seems to be open a little bit longer. So I'm encouraged by that, and that just means we have more fun on the air.
Yeah, that'd be great if it's coming back. I know probably about a week or so ago I was checking out 20 meters, and there just was not much on, and the few stations I did hear I managed to make contact with, you'd be lucky to get a 5-minute QSO before the QSB got them and they were gone.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday evening. I was on 20, and of course I had the beam pointed over in the Pennsylvania area, and talked with 2 operators that were 150 yards from each other. They could hear each other, and of course we had a nice little conversation for a little bit, just talking things. And I had somebody call me from Phoenix. No, actually, excuse me, it was Tucson. Those guys in Pennsylvania left, so I swung the beam around to Tucson, and we talked for almost 2 hours. And by the time we were all done, there was about 6 other stations. We had a really nice round table, all West Coast. And everybody was 5'9", 5'9" plus, and those days don't happen too often, but when they do, you really, really do enjoy them.
Oh yeah. I think I've experienced that mostly on 75 meters out of any band. Occasionally it'll happen somewhere else, but it seems to be where I have the most luck with it. I know it was weird. The one day last week when I was on 20, I'd made about I think 3 contacts, and all of them kind of went the same way. They sounded great initially, and then they'd fade right out. And then I ended up making a contact with a gentleman out in New Mexico, and for whatever reason, the band held strong to his particular location. Anyways, there was a little bit of fading, but nothing compared to what I was experiencing with people from other areas. So it was really kind of weird.
Yeah, and I will say this: when it drops, it is between one word and the next, and it's gone. At least that's been my experience. It works great, and for the longest time, and then when it shuts down, it is gone.
Yep, you got that right. Well, hey, Randy, I don't want to tie it up too long. I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that would like to make contact with you and get on your channel there. So I'll turn it back over to you, and I guess I'll put the ribbons on it from my end here and let you get on with the next one.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for taking the time to give us a call. Always a pleasure. Terrific signal, by the way. Well, you're probably watching it. You know it as well. And your audio, I had to turn the volume down. Your audio was in my headset so loud. So definitely working. I mean, it's not that long of a distance, but it does seem that we have a pretty good little pipeline between us every time we talk. I think this is either the second or third time that we've had a QSO, but I always seem to get into Wisconsin and Minnesota really well, Michigan too. But again, if the rest of the contacts tonight are like your signal, it's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. But again, thank you for taking the time to stop in. I always enjoyed it, and look forward to it again. And yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed. Hope the bands get better and better. Enjoy your evening. Be safe and be well. Have a great Wednesday, what's left of the week. And we'll look for you again. Alpha Bravo 9, Tango Echo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3.
All right, 7-3, Randy.
Okay, K0RWB, QRZ. The other station that was in there, I think it was ending in Romeo Alpha. If you're still in there, can you give me your complete call, please?
Hey, Randy, it's Kevin, Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha.
Okay, Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha. Hey, Kevin. Hey, thanks for standing by there. He just kind of nipped you at the wire, so to speak. And, you know, you never know how the band's going to hold up. It could drop any time, and I know you're always strong, so I wasn't worried about you. So how are things going on this evening?
Going well. Yeah, see, the band's in really good shape tonight. I'm surprised. It hasn't been this good in a long time. I'm only running 100 watts in the wire tonight. No pun intended, but that's what I'm running. And I was talking with my buddy Zen up in London, Ontario, and he said I was like 5'9 plus 10. You're 5'9 plus 10 here at my shack, so sometimes you even hit 20. You even hit 20 over, so yeah, hopefully this is a sign of things to come, Roger.
Well, you know, I'd like to think so. Again, you know, I know 20 a couple of weeks ago, it got to, you know, one good day. One day was a real struggle, and then it got good again, and it was a real struggle. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to move this here to 40 meters, because it seemed as though 40 meter holds together a little stronger for a longer period of time. I mean, there's a little noise on the band, and there's a little wavering. It's moving around a little bit. I understand that, but nothing to the degree it was on 20. And that's why after the second week here on 40 meters, I said, you know, if I'm going to continue doing this, I'm going to stay here on 40 meters because it's just a lot easier for QSOs. There's no lacking for people that want to stop in and say hi. And everybody is providing some terrific information out there, some great stories, and that's really what it's kind of all about. And like I said, I just thought tonight we'd kind of retitle this as "Are the Bands Getting Better?" And I think so, and I think everybody else has kind of agreed to that. There, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, Alex runs into that issue as well when he does his 20-meter live streams. Excuse me. He sometimes the propagation runs out on him before he's even done with his live stream. I mean, he'll get like an hour into it, and next thing you know, propagation is gone, and but there for the longest, he couldn't get on 40, so he was stuck on 20. I think even now he comes down to 40 sometimes. I did get a ham alert saying he was down on 40 doing some CW, so I don't know CW, so I didn't bother looking him up or anything. I'm not a CW guy. But, I hope this is a sign of things to come. I mean, hopefully it just gets better. I was talking with Zen up in London, Ontario, and he was saying he was working some JA stations this morning, early this morning. So I'm going to try that in the morning. I'm always up early anyway. I'm up for like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning anyway. So maybe I'll jump on it and see if I can get off to JA again. The last time I did it was, it's been a couple, 3 months ago. But I did get some QSO cards from him, so I thought that was nice, Roger. Yeah,
that's really nice. It's a comment I made earlier. I had ordered some new cards, and from a company in California about the 15th of the month, and I thought, well, they'd be here any time, and I was checking emails this morning, and this was the second email. I missed the first one. They weren't going to print until I approved, so I sent them an email back real quick. So yeah, it looks fine. I go ahead and print. So that kind of put me a couple weeks behind. But as I was telling another station earlier, it means a lot, really, because somebody has to have this conscious effort to sit down and fill out a card, a quick little note, if that's the case. But to stamp it, take it to the post office and mail it. And, when you get something like that, a lot of thought went through that, and to me, it means something. I mean, I don't hunt for them. I don't ask for them. If somebody wishes to send one, I'd be more than happy to send one back. I don't have any to send back for now, but I see that in the future. But yeah, it's nice when you get those cards. I started that quite a bit when I first became a ham and kind of got away from it. But there's some very interesting cards and some really neat designers out there as well.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it is nice to get them because it does make it, and I try to personalize them as much as I can. But it's like you see, you get a different designs and you get different pictures. Like I got a picture of the Chicago skyline on mine, so I mean it's got a nice picture of the lake and the skyline in the background and stuff. So even though I'm not actually in Chicago, I'm like 40 miles north of Chicago, but I mean it's close enough, I guess. So, but yeah, it's nice to get pictures. I mean, I got some from Brazil and stuff, and you know, you see the tropics and what have you, and it's nice that someone takes the time out to do it versus getting on QRZ and doing it. I mean, I'm still doing it on QRZ as well, but it's not as personable, and they do it because so they can win their awards and stuff. Which I understand, and I'm not all about the awards. I mean, I could care less if I got all 50 states or whatever, or the other awards. But to me, it's more of a personal issue. It's more of a personal reply, if you will, Roger.
Oh yeah, and I mean, there's I got a request today from a not a JA but a JH. It was a Japan operator, and I guess for him to get credit, he needed a confirmation on EQSL, which I haven't used in many years. I had an account, so I had to find the information to get the account back up and running, and of course did the upload and what have you, and so he could get it confirmed. And I believe you can do a electronic QSL card. Okay, that's fine too. They're all fine. If you wish not to do one at all, that's fine as well. We did talk on the air. That's kind of the main thing. The card's a bonus. If somebody wishes to do that, that's fine. I don't go out and just send them at random. I never have. It's not my thing. But if people like to do that, I certainly understand, and I think it's great for them as well. Like you said, it does personalize things a little bit, and for some people it means a lot. I think when you're first starting out as a ham, you're getting a contact and you get a card from the UK or from Spain or Portugal. That's a big deal, and even today it's still a big deal. But as you get farther on the hobby, yeah, I've worked them before. I've worked that before, and so forth. Not to sound jaded or anything else, but again, I certainly will do what I can when I get the cards, and if they ask for a return, I'd be happy to send one back.
Yep, Roger. Yep. Yeah, my logging software can send QSL cards as well. So it just depends. Some of them want EQSL, or some of them want electronic QSL cards or whatever. So I can send them with my logging program, but I still would prefer the hard copies. I mean, it's just you take the time and you sit down and do it like you say, and you put the stamp on the envelope and you mail it off, and it's just, I don't know. To me, that's like the icing on the cake, if you will. So, but anyway, Randy, I'm not going to keep you. I know you got some more people you need to talk to. Oh, I can see I'm pushing. I'm 10 over on your meter over there. I'm watching you on live stream. But anyway, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to scan around some more and see if I can't find some other guys out here I talk to on forward. So, 73 Randy. Take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you down the log there, buddy.
Okay, Kevin. Sounds good. Always a pleasure. I think when we talked, it was on the 1st, I was probably down in Studio B, so nice to be back up here in Studio A. My friend Todd has decided to designate them. Always a pleasure. Nice to work you again up in Waukegan. And yeah, you know what the signal is. You're looking at it as well. It's a good signal in the audio as well. So it's always nice to hear your signal when you call out there. And I have a feeling, I know we'll have many more QSOs. I look forward to it. You know what they say, it's Wednesday, so we're getting closer to the weekend. Should make it fun. Real quick, the current plan is next Wednesday and Thursday, possibly Friday. We will be portable live streaming in southern Missouri. We'll be down there for about 5 days. We'll hopefully have a couple of days to do the live stream on portable, all battery. We'll see how it goes. That's what we're shooting for. So be aware. I'll be out there. I hope I get a chance to work you. We'll see if the antenna will do its job. Hey, Kevin, thanks again. Take care and have a good night. Kilo 9, Kilo Radio Alpha, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3.
Hey, Randy, real quick, when is that? You said next weekend?
Looks like Wednesday and Thursday, possibly Friday. We've been working on antenna stabilizers today, trying to do some antenna extensions to get the antenna up in the air. So we're going to be down in southern Missouri Wednesday through Sunday, but we're hoping that we can do the live stream. May not be for a couple hours, may be for an hour, but we're still going to try to start around 7 Central. But we're going to be strictly battery, not going to be plugged into an AC. We're not going to be using a generator. We're going to give it a go and see how it works.
Okay, Roger. Okay, so if you do a live stream, I'll get notified on YouTube, and I'll try and jump on the radio. Do you know about what time you're going to start?
Well, we'd like to start again about 7 o'clock Central. That's the plan. If it looks like things get juggled and we may have to start a little bit early, or we may have to start a little bit late yet. It all depends on the properties that we're staying at, what we can set up and where. That's why I'm bringing down a couple of antennas. I've got a 40-meter dipole. If they don't like to see that wires, then I'll have to use my portable vertical and whatever else. So again, we're still juggling some things, but we've got the dates pretty well set. And the time and what antenna, that's still up in the air until we get there, but we'll see how it works.
All right, cool, no worries. I'll keep an eye out then for your YouTube notifications next Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday, and then I'll jump on the radio. I did buy just real quick, and then I'll let you go. I did buy that, I just bought a Banhopper tree antenna that I want to use I want to get into doing some photos this summer now that we're both vaccinated and stuff, and just get out and do some outside work. So I'm going to try to use that, and maybe I can get a hold of you, or I don't know if you're on during the day or not. That I'm gonna probably be doing during the day. So anyway, we'll just play it by ear. All right, Randy, I'll let you go. 7-3, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha. I'll be on your final.
Okay, Kevin, appreciate it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll try to work get a contact in there, either me next week or when you get the other antenna as well, and we'll talk more. We'll have more QSOs here, I know. So 7-3s, take care, and we'll talk again real soon. K0RWB, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Whiskey,
Kilo India 5 up to Quebec.
Whiskey 9 Lima, Quebec, Yankee uniform.
There was a Kilo India 5, but there was a whiskey that was there first. If you're still there, come back with your complete call.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Oh, Randy, Whiskey 9 Lima, Washington 9 London, name's John. I'm in East Alton, Illinois, and you're 20 over. I can't believe, because we're not that far away. I'm just on the other side of St. Louis, over.
Oh, so you're saying you can barely hear me?
Yeah, 20 over.
Oh, you've got one of those really expensive meters. That's what it is. Well, I appreciate that, John. I wish I could take credit for it, but I'd have to say it's propagation and the antenna.
Well, I mean, that's all it ever is. To be honest with you, Randy, just running 100 watts here from my Yaesu FT3000 to an inset half wave that's actually in an inverted out configuration. Over.
Hey, Roger, so would you classify that 100 watts on a wire?
Yes, we do, because I am a member of 100 watts on a wire.
Yeah, well, I had a feeling, then you know Christian, but the reason I mentioned that, I did an informal poll a couple of weeks back while we were doing the live stream, and I think there was probably 30, 35, 38 contacts, I remember right, and about 80% were 100 watts in a wire. And again, it was terrific. I'm not knocking it whatsoever. It does make me wonder why my electric bill is so high when I'm running wattage, but everybody was doing so great on 100 watts in a wire. So I guess when propagation is in our favor and the antennas are dialed in, that's what you get there, John. Go ahead.
Well, exactly. And, let's not forget the sunspot cycle's on its way back up.
I was inactive from 97 until 2018, and I put up a 40 through 10 infed just to get back on the air, and was amazed at how well it worked. But I had never been licensed as a ham during, well, I have been licensed, but I wasn't active during a sunspot low. So it was really a struggle. It wasn't anything like I remembered. And I noticed the past couple of days, it's kind of like back in the 70s and the 80s, where there's actually QRM on 40 at night. You don't have to tune forever and find a dead band. It's been working out very, very well for me. And I'm just tickled to death that, it actually took me 2 years or so to get the station the way I wanted it, and it looks like it's just in time. Although I haven't heard anything above 20 meters. Although this morning I was up early, and I tuned on the CW Worldwide beacons, and I listened on 20, and I heard a couple stations, and then I moved it up to 17 and 18 meters, 17 megahertz, and was hearing some signals. And that was before sunup today, so that was real encouraging for me. So K0RWV, WNW9L.
Well, I think you're onto something, John. That's kind of what I titled tonight's live stream is, are the bands getting better? And talking to a lot of other operators so far this evening, I think everybody has been encouraged by what we're getting so far. I do hope it continues on the same path of getting a little bit better. I've had some activity this morning on 15. My friend Jason earlier in Indiana, when we spoke, he had some DX contacts earlier today or this afternoon on 10 meters. And on Saturday, I was on 20 meters with a nice round table up until about 11 o'clock Central Time. So I think the bands are starting to open up. They seem to be open a little bit longer. But when they shut off, they shut off. I mean, like a light switch. 40 meters, this is the fourth week we've been here on 40 meters doing the live stream. And it has been a little bit more consistent than when we were up on 20 meters. The signals, by and large, are really good. The audios have been great. The nice thing about it is everybody's got great information they're willing to share, and everybody's had some terrific stories as well. So we're just having a terrific time. I mean, the bottom line here is to make contacts and have fun while you're doing it. And I'd like to think we're able to do that, and I think others out there are as well. So far, there's no downside for us, Sir Roger.
No, not much of a downside here. I heard you mention you were going to go camping down south of, I guess, southern Missouri. I'm not sure where, even if you said. I'm also involved in PODO at Parks on the Air, and I have a portable rig, but you know what? I just had the best time over the past year taking that thing out to my front yard by the garage, setting it up and trying different antennas and different configurations and different power supplies and all kinds of stuff. And it was just great. So I know you're going to enjoy yourself out in the wild on the end and playing radio. I admire your persistence if you're taking just a battery. I have a portable generator. I can plug it to 110. I've got a motorcycle battery in there that I can operate 50 watts or so on my FT991 for a couple of hours. As a matter of fact, I can run the radio longer than I can that old laptop I use for logging. It's got an old HP or Toshiba, laptop, and the battery only lasts about an hour and a half or so, even if I shut everything down. But I know you're going to enjoy yourself. What rig are you taking portable over?
Well, it looks like at this point we'll be taking the IC7300. We're actually going to be up at Cape Fair down at at Table Rock. We're going to be at Cape Fair area. There's a resort area that we're going to be staying at, and so that's what we're going. We're going to have that radio, I believe. At this point, it looks like we'll be taking the 7300 instead of this one. And we have two different antennas at this point. The 40-meter dipole that we will be able to get up to around 25 foot. We've got a push-up with some guy wires that we worked on today. We can get that up to about 25 feet. And then we also have an MP1 mobile screwdriver on a 4-foot tripod that we can use anywhere from 10 to 40 meters as well. So based upon the acreage that we're able to set up on, we can use either one of those antennas. It will be on marine deep cycle batteries, and we'll also be running about 500 watts out of our Ten-Tec Hercules 2 solid-state amplifier. So hopefully that package will get us somewhere out there and get a few contacts.
Well, I think you'll be amazed how barefoot works for you, and you're probably going to have fun. Whatever you see. I have an NZ 4210 that I take, and I can string it up, low, and then throw it up in a tree. I use a slingshot. As a matter of fact, they just bought new rubber base for my slingshot and shot right over the tree today that I was just playing with. So it's got plenty of power now. The other antenna I use is a Yaesu ES120, which is their version of a screwdriver antenna. And I've got that mounted on the SUV, plus I can unscrew it. And I've got a tripod that I used to, when I was a musician, these held up my speakers. So they're nice, heavy duty. And I got some mil surplus fiberglass tubes that are 4 feet long, and they fit perfectly over that tripod. The problem is raising it up by myself. So I only at the most get the base of the antenna, that ATAS 120, up about, about 11 or 12 feet. That's about it. But I have fun with it. I mean, that's the big deal, is I just enjoy myself here in the neighborhood. The neighbors walk by and see me and wave, and, as they're walking around. I've got a friend of mine who is the airport manager. I see him 2 or 3 times a day because he comes home for lunch and then goes back to work for lunch, and Dave always stops and says hi, or JL is who that is. So, hey, I'm not going to monopolize this. I just wanted to hear myself on the internet, and I wanted to talk to you, and your signal's holding up great. But I'm noticing some QRM, so I better keep it short, kick it back to you, and make you decide if you want to sit and listen anymore. So anyway, 73 Randy, thank you very much for the chat. I certainly enjoyed it. K0RWB, WW9L, 73.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, John. Yeah, there is a little noise on the band, of course, but it is something that we just kind of work with and go from there. So, I appreciate you giving us a call. I don't see a contact in the log, so thank you for the first one, and I hope we have many, many more. I think if if I looked at it right, you're a little bit north of Edwardsville, if that memory serves. I think if I looked it up there correctly, so that's a pretty short distance between us. So that tells me the band is fairly long and really short tonight, and that's okay as well. If you're interested in listening to our QSO on the playback there on the YouTube channel, I'd probably fast forward to about 147, 148. That would probably get you pretty close. Again, in between the noise with the band, you're 5.7, 5.9, sometimes a little over 9, and the audio is doing really well. But if you listen to it, you'll get to see the signal strength in your audio as well. So have fun, give it a look and a listen, see what you think. And again, the channel is my call, K0RWB, so it'd be easy to get to. And hope to have a chance to work you again. If you hear us out there, give us a shout, and we'll see where it's at. Like I said, we're looking at doing the portable next Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Friday, if everything comes together. And we'll see if we can make some contacts, and we'll try to be streaming live as well. Fingers crossed. Enjoy the rest of your night, John. Thanks again for taking the time to give us a call, and I look forward to our next one. Whiskey 9 Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 73s.
And 73D, bye-bye.
Okay, K0RWB, we'll clear with John. The Kilo India 5 station that was there a while ago. If you're still there, give me your complete call, please.
Kilo India 5, Oscar Mike, Quebec. This is Joe in Arkansas.
We got Joe in Arkansas, down in Danville, if the logger's correct, and that's my first contact into Arkansas tonight and probably in a long, long time. So thank you for taking the time to give us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, and QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm Joe. I'm in Danville. I've had my General here for about a month. I got a 7300 set up. I've only had it for about a week. That's my Suburban set up in inverted V. I got 80, 40, and 20 meters set up.
Well, I think that's great, Joe, and congratulations. Welcome to the hobby. You've got a great setup to start with, something that you can grow with as well. There are a lot of 7300s out there, and they all sound real good right out of the box. So, and this is no exception. Of course, there's a little noise. You're probably hearing it as well. I know there's some weather in the area here in the Midwest, and on this band in 80 and 160, it doesn't take much to pick it up. So, but I looked, and that's not a long distance between us as well. If I'm looking at my logger here, I see you're probably west of Conway. I'm not sure about the mileage or distance. You probably tell me that next go around, but that's the bigger location that I see. Of course, I know where Little Rock is at as well, but we've been through Conway many, many times, through 40 and also 65. But you can give me an idea of where you're at from Conway the next go around. I'll look at the signal. Well, your last go, you're about 5 and 5, 5 and 7. So we'll see how you are this time as well. KI5, Oscar Mike Quebec, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Back to you.
Roger that. You're 5x9 here. I'm about an hour and a half west of Conway. It takes me about 2 hours to get to Little Rock. And I'm about an hour and 45 minutes east of Fort Smith.
Okay, so you're kind of, what would you say, west central probably for Arkansas?
That's correct. I can see Mount Magazine at the end of my driveway, which is a 5-point Arkansas.
Oh, how cool is that? Very cool. Well, you're another operator that we have tonight that falls in the category of 100 watts in a wire, and again, working quite well. Other than like I said, we've got some noise on the band, little static crashes here and there, but it's been fairly quiet so far this evening. But the making contacts, having fun in the process is the whole idea there, Roger.
Roger that. I was listening to your previous conversation. I got me a spider beam mask. I need to get a battery, and I'm interested. I'm going to start doing that. Maybe the post on the air or stuff like that as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, to get it to, the best you can, but it can be really quite rewarding. There's a big difference when you're trying to call in to somebody and work through the pileup as it is if you're the one they're all chasing and they're piled up trying to get with you. So, it's a little tough on both ends, but it's also fun. It's exciting. I have that here as well. I don't do 5.9 QRZ, and I'm not able to do 15, 20-minute QSOs. We try to be respectful of everyone's time that stops in and says hello. So we try to find ourselves a middle ground. But when if you're working Parks on the Air, you're going to be a busy guy. And again, you're working the best you can, and you have fun while you're doing it. That's the whole idea there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. I like outdoors and I like camping and stuff like that. I've watched the videos and a lot of YouTube. But I've got the 7300. I've got I bought one of those ECOM Chameleon antennas as well.
Joe, have you used the Chameleon antenna yet? If you have, give me your thoughts on it. What do you think of the antenna?
Well, I set it up for a couple hours, and it seemed to work okay. I made some contacts in Delaware and in Georgia, and had no problem getting into Tennessee. I got a contact on 80 meters and 40 meters.
Well, that's really good. I've looked at them several times in the past, and I know a few people who use them for portable work. And it's an easy antenna, my understanding, to set up, and it seems to work quite well for what it is. I've never had the opportunity to use one personally. I know they're proud of them, money-wise, and I'm I'm always looking to save a dollar here and there, and maybe I can run across one that somebody else isn't using. It hasn't happened yet, but there's always a chance. So yeah, if you're making those kind of contacts, I'd say that the antenna is doing real well for you there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy with it so far. I mean, I'll probably take it out in the woods one day and check it out. But all you need is some paracord and a couple tip stakes. Just takes 5-10 minutes to cut it up.
Yeah, well, we got plenty of paracord sitting around, that's for sure. And yeah, something you can set up quickly is really helpful. I believe it collapses pretty good as well. We use an MP1 by Super Antenna, which is basically a manual screwdriver, and it breaks down to about 12 inches, 1 foot in a small bag, minus the tripod, which you can use any kind if you want. They do sell a tripod, which is about a foot off or a foot and a half off the ground. I use a halogen light tripod that puts it about 4 foot off the ground, and then we have 8 ground radials that we use, but depending on what band that we have it set up on, and it does an okay job. It takes a little bit longer to set up to get it dialed in. We use an analyzer to kind of dial in the SWRs, but usually when you get it dialed in, it does a pretty good job for us. But altitude's our friend on this band, so if you can get them higher in the air, they always tend to work better. Roger.
Yeah, roger that. I'm enjoying getting into this new hobby and new toys and learning something new. But with that, I'm going to let you go. 73s, and hopefully get to speak again.
Hey, Joe, real quick, I had one of my listeners here on the chat was asking what chameleon antenna that you're using. Can you tell me what particular model it is?
Yeah, it's the MCOM 3 portable.
It's an MCOM 3 portable, is that correct?
Roger that. Made by Chameleon.
Okay, good enough. I'll pass it on to RF Chaser, is his handle. He was just curious what antenna it was, and he said thanks, so he's listening as well. So again, thank you, Joe, for the information with that. Again, I don't have much experience with it or knowledge of it, so I'm glad that you were able to pass that along. Again, that's the cool thing about what we're doing here. If you've been listening, we're doing a live stream on YouTube, so that's why other people that are actually listening out there can hear it. It's MCOM. My mistake there, RF Chaser. I have to get it right. MCOM 3 portable. Got it. That's a good thing. Anyway, thank you, Joe, for giving us a call. We try to be out here in the evenings around 7 o'clock Central for a few hours, so if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call again, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. But again, welcome to the hobby. I know you're going to have lots of fun. We have, and we've been licensed to 2008, so we're kind of new too. We learn something every day. Hey, be safe and be well. Enjoy your rest of your Wednesday evening, and look forward to working you again. Kilo India 5, Oscar Mike Quebec, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 73s.
73.
Okay, K0RWB, we've got time for one more call. QRZ.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima. It sounds awful familiar. A terrific signal as well. Thanks for giving us a call tonight. The name here is Randy, QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
Good evening, Randy. This is Rick. And yes, we talked on the 29th of April. That was the first time I checked in on your live cast. And so I just wanted to check in again tonight and say hi. You're booming in here to Indiana at a strong 20 over.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but I have to say it's probably propagation and antenna. And no slouch as well. All I hear is you. I mean, and there's static out there and some crashes, but I don't hear anything else but you. So we've got a good little pipeline.
Well, that's good. That's good. I just put a new microphone on the radio yesterday, and seems like it's working okay. Nobody's complained about it yet.
Well, if they did, would you take it off?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said if they did complain, would you take it off?
No, but I would probably try to adjust it a little bit if it was really off.
I know. I'm just playing with you there. The reason I say that, because somebody asked me that, not on this setup, but my other setup. I have a 7300 with an ICM Heil microphone, and I was same thing. I got a new mic trying to dial in. He said, well, if it didn't sound good, would you take it off? And I go, no, I bought it. Same thing as you did. So, no, I think it sounds okay. What's the microphone?
It's Kenwood MC68. It's one that's kind of intended to made up with this 590 SG.
Yeah, and they do tend to pair them up really well. You don't have a ton of adjustments. They're usually pretty good, straightforward, right when you hook them up. And again, it sounds good in my receive.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
I would call it kitchen table copy, if you know what I mean.
I understand. Well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, you were in Studio B the first time we talked. I think you were having some lightning problems and wasn't wanting to risk the equipment in Studio A.
That is correct. Yes. And I didn't think we had that tonight. I mean, I think there's some weather somewhere in the Midwest someplace, because, 40, 80, 160, they hear everything noise-wise. And so I'm not sure where it's at. I can't say it's gotten any stronger, but it's getting a little bit more frequent. So we had that, it was, I guess, maybe a week or so ago. But we weren't able to get on the air the night before because the weather was bad, or we got kind of cut short because of weather. And so we disconnected everything up here and went down to Studio B. Not that we could absorb a loss with that equipment either, but I would rather, something had to go. I'd rather have that go than this stuff up here. So yeah, that I do remember that contact now, and it works okay down there. We can tie into every antenna that we use on this setup. They're both tied in both locations, so we don't run the same amount of power downstairs than we can run up here, but that's manageable because we don't want to run this one too hard either. But yeah, I do remember the contact, and again, if we continue on this basis, again, the short skip has just been phenomenal, and signals have been really strong as well.
Yeah, we've been having a really nice day today. Last couple of days, not so much. I think I've unhooked the coax cable on this one more times in the last day and a half than I have in a long time. That's all moved out now, so things are kind of quieted down, and band's not too bad.
Well, I think I would like to think that the cold weather's gone. We're still going to have some, I'm hoping we don't have severe weather storms or what have you, but we had a couple of really nice days that cooled down for us the last couple of days, and I think we've got some crazy storms coming in over the weekend, but it's that time of year where everything's kind of up and down, and I'm not complaining because next thing you know, we'll have snow on the ground again, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm not a cold weather guy myself. I think our season is a little late this year. We had really cold weather through April and not so much moisture, but now we're starting to get the moisture that we usually had in April. So I don't know. Things are a little different this year.
It does seem that everything's a little bit behind. I kind of noticed this afternoon. I kind of looking around the property at some of the trees, and the leaves aren't even full. And I'm thinking, well, this is the first week of May. I generally think that this time of year the trees are in full bloom, but they're not. And I kind of feel maybe things are behind a little bit, but that just may be my take on it. But that's okay. A little cold outside just means I come inside, and hopefully I get a chance for more radio.
Any chance to get on the air is a good chance, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to think so. Yeah, at least during the day, we do have some projects that we do have to take care of. The YL is working from home, so she's in one of the other rooms or offices. And if it gets too loud here, that's another reason for having Studio B, is we can go down there and not have to worry about disturbing her. And we do try to find a few minutes here and there, like lunchtime, to get on for maybe 10 or 15 minutes or thereabouts. But we try to complete some of the projects that we have during the day. And if the band and the conditions are okay, then we come out here in the evenings. At least that's been the intent. Hasn't worked out too well the last couple of days, but we did make it tonight, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to do it again tomorrow night as well.
Well, sounds good. I'll definitely be looking forward to listening in tomorrow.
Well, I enjoy it, and I do like it when we've had people that have checked in several times, and it's kind of a nice feeling. We do make a lot of first-time contacts, and those are great as well. And some people aren't familiar about what I'm doing or whatever, and the others that are also doing the streams. And again, I just think it's an additional segment to amateur radio that that maybe adds a little bit to it and so forth. Again, we're having fun with it. We're making contacts, having great QSOs. People are providing some good information now and then, and terrific stories. And again, you're making contacts again with some people you've talked with before, and I always like to see what's going on at that particular time as well. And that's just how we kind of play for it.
Fun's the name of the game when it comes to amateur radio. I mean, that's what it's all about, is just getting on the air and having fun.
Yeah, we've been lucky to, over the weekend, Saturday night, we were on 20 meters, had a nice little round table, about 5 or 6 stations, up until 11 o'clock Central Time for me. And I would have never have thought that. If you told me at 7 o'clock at 20 would even be open, I'd said, nah, probably not. But it was pretty good for 4 hours. Of course, we were all out west. They're pointing toward the west anyway. So that does make it a great night. But it was like a light switch. When it stopped, I mean, everybody was gone. It was a light switch. But in the meantime, a good hour and a half, 2 hours with a couple of stations that we just kind of hung in there. And you talk about everything under the sun. And that's what makes it fun as well. And everybody provides a different perspective on things. This is what I really like to hear. Different opinions on things as well, equipment, what works, what doesn't work, what people have tried, what didn't work when they tried this and that. So, again, I try to learn something about it every day, and so far we've been really lucky.
Yeah, that is interesting that 20 was open that late. That's just not something that usually happens.
Well, it's very true, and that's the title of tonight's video is Are the Bands Getting Better? And I had one of my first contacts earlier, Jason there in Indiana, had worked some DX on 10 meters not that long before he checked in with me. I happened to be on 15 just a little bit this morning, and it was quite active on 15 meters. And I did hear a little bit at lunchtime around on 20 and 17. So that's encouraging. Again, the band here has been fairly stable. This is week 4 that we've been here on 40 meters. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm encouraged that the bands they seem to be getting like they're getting a little better.
Well, it certainly would be nice. I was on last night after the storms moved out, and for me, everything was dead. I mean, there was nothing on 40 or 80. I think I copied like 2 QSOs across both the bands. I mean, there was just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I've run across that as well, and I attribute it to the storms. People are unplugging, disconnecting, and again, depends on the band. You get all these static crashes here on 40. You go to 20 meters, you don't hear any of it, of course. But I know, and it's frustrating. And that's why every time I start this in the evenings, I'm like, well, is it going to be a good night or is it a bad night? I mean, am I going to call CQ for half an hour, or am I going to have somebody within the first minute or so? We've been fortunate. It was just bang, bang right from the get-go. So, and it's been like that now for a little over 2 hours. So I'm thankful that the band has been okay so far.
Well, it certainly sounds like it has been. I know it's definitely open to the west tonight.
Yeah, I'm. It may be a little early yet, but I'm surprised I haven't heard Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, any of the West Coast, or even Colorado. I usually get my friend Bob up in Severance, Colorado, just about every night that I'm on. Bob and I are able to talk, and we've got a few stations in the southern part of Colorado. I haven't heard any Colorado tonight. It could be, weather or my timing or something or other, but usually we get some West Coast stations. Las Vegas, quite a little bit actually. Quite a few stations, operators in Las Vegas. But so far tonight, that's okay. Whoever calls, we're going to talk to anyway. So I'm okay no matter where they are.
Well, it's always interesting to see how the bands are changing. Earlier tonight, I heard several New England stations, and there was a West Virginia and a couple of Floridas that I heard earlier this evening.
Yeah, see, I haven't heard anything out of Florida. I did talk to my friend Armando up in New York earlier. North Carolina, Arkansas. First time I had in Arkansas in a long, long, long time. No Texas tonight. Michigan, Wisconsin. Trying to think where else. Oh gosh, Indiana, Illinois. I got my friend Joe down in Mississippi, of course. And that's fine. I mean, those areas I always seem to do pretty well in as well, and a lot of been a lot of first time calls and a lot of repeats as well, and I like them both. So again, it doesn't matter where they're coming from. If there's any, I did get into Canada. I did forget about that. Got Canada up in Toronto area. So again, it's been short and long tonight. It's certainly keeping me busy for the last 2.5 hours, so I'm not complaining.
I heard the Arkansas station when you were talking to him. He was, for me, barely above the noise floor, but he was readable.
Yeah, Joe, he's a new ham, and I'm really glad he took the time to call, and that we got a chance to talk. He's got a great setup. He's got a 7300 and long wire, and that's a great place to start. And that's where a lot of people start, and they're very successful on the air. And I think he was mentioning about, he's running a Chameleon as well, and wanting to do some POTA. And I said, yeah, you got a great setup for that. So again, it's nice to hear first time stations. It's got to be something, the band or timing or something. But I don't get into Arkansas very often. And the same way with Iowa. That's another area that I struggle with. Nebraska as well. So it's nice to hear Arkansas tonight. Haven't worked them in quite a long time, so it's kind of made my evening.
I haven't heard an Iowa or a Nebraska station in a very, very long time.
Well, I can hear other stations talking to them. There was some earlier on 7215, and they were talking to Lincoln, Nebraska. I couldn't hear them. But stations out west were talking with them, and I was like, well, I know there's operators there. I'm just not able to talk to them, but that's just the way it works. And maybe my time will come later. Whoever calls, I'm going to talk to no matter where they're at, so it's fine with me.
Stations, I think it's time to get a hold of you. And I've definitely been monopolizing your time for quite a while tonight, so I'm going to get off of here and definitely be listening in later on. So take care. Until then, 7-3, KF0KL.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we should have we don't have any quarters left. We should have turned the switch at the top of the hour. I got a text message in front of me from the YL. So unfortunately, or fortunately, you're the last contact this evening. We've run out of time, which seems like happens all the time, but we just can't help it. So I've been requested to do something else, or been requested. My attention's been requested, so that's where we're going to leave it. So hey, always a pleasure. Nice to have a chance to talk again, and I know we'll have many more QSOs as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening, what's left of it. Be safe and be well, and I'll look for you again. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear in QRT.